Today, I'm going to unbox 1979 Revolution in Iran. We're going back to 1979 with help of the Dietz Foundation. This is the publisher. I don't know much about them, but it says on the back here that the Dietz Foundation is the world's only nonprofit game publisher using proceeds from game sales to fund educational initiatives. This is for 14 plus. It's 2-player and it's 90 to 120 minutes. You get a game board, rule book, 4 leader cards, 101 event cards, 78 tokens, 2 6-sided dice, and historical playbook. This is dealing with the 1975 revolution in Iran, and it is one side will be playing the coalition, trying to pushing to nationalize the oil industry, and later as the opposition to the Shah and the forces of autocracy and secularization. The other side is the royalist player. Your objective is to maintain the Shah in power, fighting to create a modern state beyond religious influence. 1979 is a card-driven game for 2 players. However, what makes it different is that you select your cards each turn rather than receiving them from a random draw. I think there might be a drafting mechanism in here. Players get to choose their hand each turn. So this is kind of interesting. You got a card-driven game where you get to have some choice in picking your cards each turn. Let's get inside the box and see what we find here. The 1979 revolution in Iran is one of my earlier memories of international events. I think my earliest memory might be, Nixon going to China, but then this came on the stage. Not too long after that, about 7 years after that, maybe more. Here's the box. It's a small box, smallish box, good thick box there. You get some dice and some white counters there. You get some round wooden counters there, or I shouldn't say counters, blocks. These are cubes, so white cubes and colored wooden discs, various colors there. You've got a late era cards. We'll open those up. You've got early era cards. Kind of cool there. Here's your leader cards here. We'll get those open. Here's your rule book. It's not a huge rule book. Looks like it is, I always start at the back. It looks like it is 22 pages. But there's some explanation of the different cards there. There's the Nixon Doctrine right there. Look at that. So it looks like from a rule standpoint, you've got your components. It's in black and white, but there are imagery in there. Components, setting up, sequence of play, opposition and support, event cards, leaders in power, political influence, Savak and guerrillas, activations and reserves, royalist activations, coalition activations, or activities, I should say, activities. You get to the late era, hostage event crisis, then victory conditions. So then you have example of play on page 15. So 14 pages of rules, and it's not a big rule book, so shouldn't be too hard to get into. It's going to be card driven. Here's your playbook. So this is giving you a historical overview. It talks about strategy, playing as the different sides, historical overview, and then I think it's going to talk about maybe some of the cards, historical notes on influence. So that's kind of cool there. So you got a lot of history, and again, I play this for the history, so I'm interested in seeing what this plays out. And you got a bibliography there, so that's kind of cool. That's the historical book there. This is educational. Oh, I got something that fell off here. Looks like I got, these are stickers. So I guess you need to sticker these round disc here, and one of my stickers fell off here. Punched right out of there. Put this over to the side here. Then we got, oh, looks like we got a mounted map. Let's move some of the stuff out of the way here. We've got a influence key here. This is a thicker cardboard, a player aid. So here's your 1979 player aid, turn sequence, royalist activities, coalition activities, and then when the late era begins. So I guess you have an early and late era. So that's kind of nice there. Then this is, ooh, that got a little bent up there, caught in the, oh, this tells you how to apply the stickers. Okay, so this is just a, it's got kind of caught up in the board, but that's how you apply the stickers. Need to have that with the stickers. Let's move the stuff over out of the way here. And let's look at this board. Ooh, it is a mounted board, and it's looking kind of nice. I mean, it's not a huge board, but it's not, looks like you got a lot of space here to move your discs, I guess you put on here. Here's CIA MI6 event box. Here's Royal Estates. Here's your SAVAK, military intelligence. Leader power over here. And you got a turn track at the top. Probably can't see that very well. Let's do this. Go here. So you got to see the turn track here. Leader power, nationalization, royalist reserves. You have active event. You got two different active events. One's in red, one's in black. Event and activity track down here. And then you've got the different locations. There's Tehran. And somebody got some oil fields here maybe. So anyway, that is the board here. You got Azerbaijan right up here. You've got some boxes here, plus victory points. You've got, looks like you got Soviet Union, and then you've got, can't really tell what that one is. So there you have it. That is what you get in a box of 1979 Revolution in Iran. Oh, what am I doing? I got to get to the cards. Well, there's the disc that I'm going to have to. Not a big fan of putting stickers on things, so I've got. I'm behind on some Command and Colors that I picked up, and I just need to do the stickers on them, and I have not done those yet. So they take a. So I'm not again. And the stickers, putting stickers on little discs are sometimes even tougher. So here's the early era cards. Interesting back there. Yeah, decent cards. They're not super thick, but they're not paper thin, so they're okay. So you've got, looks like you've got some events or text here. You've got a title of it, then you have this number. I don't know if this is ops value. You've also got some symbols here or iconography. You've got different, like this is green. Here you've got another symbol up here, then you got another symbol up here. So I don't know if this is the difference between the coalition and the royalist. If I had to hazard a guess, maybe that's the royalist, but could be wrong there. And maybe the green or neutral. I'd have to check that out. Yeah, I'm thinking the red might be the coalition. There's Eisenhower withholds aid. Look at that. Going back in time there. So these are the early era cards, and the only way you tell these, I think, are mainly from the back, the color of this green here back, because the late era or a kind of a tan or lighter brown back here, and then you have the late era cards. So, and again, like with most card-driven games, it's going to be steeped in history or events of the time. So you're going to have personalities and politicians and military leaders and what have you that are, or events that took place or policies that took place, and you're going to be playing these cards out for their numerical value, but also maybe their events as well, and moving around this board and getting victory points in some fashion here. As I said, I think I've seen one. I can't remember if Cannondale did this or if it was Stuka Joe, but I know somebody has done some stuff on this. I need to go back and I usually go back and look at those before I take it on myself, and then when I read the rule book, I kind of have a little bit of familiarity with what the game is about. So I need to go back and check those out. And then we have this. Is there a little thing here or not to open this up? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So open these. These are leader cards, and they're kind of a similar back, but they're blue and they're bigger. So I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 leader cards that you use. I think that's Coalition. There's the Royalist, because there's the Shah, and there's the Ayatollah. Those are your two main opposing personage there. And then so it looks like there is one Royalist and one Coalition. Two Royalists and 2 Coalition for each side here. And maybe you have some leader power, so maybe this affects scoring. So yeah, the leaders are going to tell you maybe to do what you do for scoring, maybe on there. Anyway, so there's your leader power up there. Put them up there. Anyway, this is what you get in a box of, now I can say it, this is what you get in a box of 1979 Revolution in Iran. Here's the stickers you got to put on there. I got that little lost one. Oh, can't lose track of that one. But that's what you have here. If any of you guys have played this, guys or gals, people have played this, love to hear what your thoughts are on this. Is this worthwhile? Is the history good? Is the game good? What do you think of it? I like card-driven games. I like games that have a historical feel to it, and that you learn history while playing it. I enjoy those type of games, and this one looked kind of up my alley to try this one out. But love to know your thoughts on it. What do you think about it? Or if you don't know anything about this, what do you think about a game on this title? This is, I have to believe this might be one of the only games out there that covers this specific era and this period in this revolution. I know there's some war games that deal with the Iran-Iraq war and some of those elements, and of course there's bigger hypothetical games and World War III type games that might bring Iran in, but not sure if I know of any that deal with with the revolution and the 1979, the events leading up to it, and then the events of the 1979 revolution. This game looks like it goes back way before 1979 and the steps leading up to the revolution as well. So anyway, that's what I have for you today. Love to know your thoughts on this. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me. I know your time is precious, so any amount of time you spend with me is greatly appreciated, because you can be doing all kinds of other things. And thanks for spending a few minutes with me. Anyway, love to hear your thoughts. Please start a dialogue if you can. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.